CERN's Large Hadron Collider, or LHC, has gone off the rails. Far more powerful than any other scientific tool on Earth, the LHC has captured the attention of the general public after it was disclosed that it discovered the God particle. This has led to even more discoveries that may reveal the makeup of dark matter, and this could totally change the way we view the fundamental realities of our universe. But first, what is the LHC? Built by the European Organisation for Nuclear Research, or CERN, the organisation was founded all the way back in 1954 in order to provide funding for the creation of particle accelerators. And while many of these accelerators have been funded or built by the organisation over its lifetime, the most powerful by far has been the LHC. Beginning its operations on October 21, 2008, the LHC cost a whopping $4.75 billion to build, and this high cost can be attributed to its insanely high-tech setup. More specifically, the LHC is a 27-kilometer long tunnel located about 100 meters underground, and it works by using an extremely heavy set of about 9,600 magnets to guide beams of protons as they travel at 99.99% of the speed of light. These beams are then made to hit each other perfectly, and since the tunnel is an airtight minus 271 degrees Celsius vacuum that is colder than the temperature of outer space and filled with 150 million sensors, it allows scientists to gather very specialized and accurate data about the experiments surrounding atoms and molecules that occur here. It should also be noted that the LHC is a constantly evolving tool. That's because while it was built back in 2008, it has been upgraded several times since, and in its current iteration, it has an insane power capacity of 13.6 trillion electron volts. It is with all this energy that scientists have made groundbreaking discoveries in the field of physics, and some of the most awe-inspiring have come about in the past few years. At the foundation of all of these discoveries is the God particle. Also known as the Higgs boson particle, it was discovered in 2012, and in short, it is the fundamental particle associated with the Higgs field. This field gives mass to other fundamental particles such as electrons and quarks, and this is important because it seems to confirm the predictions of the standard model of particle physics. After all, its existence was predicted by the standard model, and it is because of its impact on particles that we can now explain it in non-theoretical terms why electrons can create a cloud around a nucleus, which gives rise to atoms, or why a neutron is more massive than a proton, and hence why the former decays but the latter is stable. What's even more brilliant is that by confirming the standard model, scientists also came to the conclusion that it should, at least hypothetically speaking, prove the existence of dark matter. And now, 10 years later, it seems to have done just that. You see, while most scientists believe that dark matter is real, no one has yet been able to see or create it. At the moment, it is just a figment of our imagination. However, since scientists believe that about 27% of space is dark matter, understanding what this mysterious stuff is should in turn help us better understand the fundamental makings of the universe. Now, the reason why scientists are so confident in its existence is because despite not physically seeing it, they believe that they have seen it in action. After all, they've seen its gravitational pull on objects and its ability to bend light. But since it does not actually absorb, reflect, or emit light, detecting it is near impossible. This is where the God particle comes into play. You see, since the God particle is so important in understanding how particle physics works, by testing its limits and characteristics, we can find out more about how the universe works. To date, scientists have already developed insights on how the God particle is born and decays, although by seeing its relationship with other zany particles, scientists can find out so much more. For example, there are currently experiments underway to figure out how the God particle interacts with muons. These are fundamental negatively charged subatomic particles, and by seeing how the coupling of God particles and these particles work, scientists should, in the words of Italian physicist Daniele Bortoletto, determine, and I quote, the shape of Higgs potential and understand better what happened at the beginning of the universe. This testing has been further extrapolated to cover dark matter. While it's not certain exactly how or when dark matter will be found, two things are clear. First, because the LHC is more powerful than ever before and will be conducting a constant stream of tests, the possibility of finding dark matter will be increased. Secondly, if dark matter is discovered, whether or not that substance is or isn't dark matter can be determined immediately. First and foremost, if the particle in question emits light, then the chances of it being dark matter drop considerably. However, if it does not emit light, then dark matter could be a possibility. The next step is to look at the particle's age. Since dark matter should in theory last billions of years, whatever particles that are found should show signs of existing for a long time and not decaying immediately. Therefore, if they do decay, the particle in question probably isn't dark matter. However, if said particle passes both the non-emitting light test and the non-decaying test, then there is a real chance that it could be dark matter. And to be clear, it's not as if scientists aren't making what seems to be a lot of progress. After all, the LHC has been so successful that new naming schemes have had to be conjured up in order to classify the series of new particles that have been found in just the past few years alone. However, whether or not one will be dark matter is yet to be determined. However, there have also been some people who have used some kooky logic to cite major concerns with how CERN has conducted these tests. After all, ever since the LHC's opening, conspiracy theorists have claimed that the particle accelerator could wreak havoc in our current dimension. One of the most common conspiracies is the portal to hell theory. The idea here is that because CERN has 666 in its logo, and because the collider's loop is 16.6 miles in circumference, the intense power of the accelerator is actually being used to summon demons. For those who perhaps don't believe in demons, there is the shadow people conspiracy. This theory suggests that CERN is inviting in shadow people from another dimension, and that these people, who appear as black clouds in the outline of a human, can be seen in your peripheral vision. There have even been people that have pointed to the LHC's reopening and a storm that reportedly occurred at around the same time to argue that the LHC is opening a dark hole that could destroy the Earth, with some even going so far to say that the LHC may have transported us to another dimension. However, since all of these are either not true or completely unverifiable, it's hard to give any weight to those concerns. In reality, these concerns are interesting not because of their strange content, but because of what they say about a subset of societal sentiments surrounding technological advancement. After all, change is a scary thing, and understanding the fundamental realities of our universe is, understandably, also scary. As the name God particle suggests, finding out these realities can, in ways, make humans understand things as an all-knowing God would. And to many people, both religious and otherwise, this is not necessarily a good thing. It is because of these types of connotations that conspiracy theories that seem to validate these fears become so popular, And so the reality is that even as we continue to improve tech and move towards a brighter future, this nihilism is not likely to ever go away. So, after hearing the whole story, what do you guys think? Will the God particle unlock the secrets of our universe and help us determine the makeup of dark matter? Or are scientists being overly ambitious? Let us know what you think in the comments down below, and if you want to be the first to know when dark matter is found, be sure to subscribe to us and turn on your notifications so that you're notified as soon as the news comes out. Thanks for watching, and until next time.